Hello Pisces, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. All right. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with a 7 of Swords. Interesting. That card could have several meanings. All right, we need some context here. But I feel as if there is there's a mental blockage of some kind. I almost feel like we are. I almost feel like we're trying to figure out the truth of something, right? We're trying to look for the correct path of knowledge here, but there's all these other kind of side ideas, you know, these conflicting data, perhaps. Let's get some context. Okay, there we've got the Princess of Cups. We've got a 10 of Pentacles, a 2 of Pentacles. There, of course, is the Eon or Judgment card, because the 1111 portal is still active and open, and we've been getting this card for every 1111 reading that we've done together. All right. For every sign, for this this activation, we've been getting this card. So this is telling me that this portal is still open for you. And I think there's something in your life that you can't find, right? With the 7 of Swords, it feels like there is there's something hidden. There's something hidden. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're going to use Rider-Waite-Smith. We're going to do one particular card. Let's see where that card's going to be. Right here. We'll put Kevin, aka Mr. Bates, right there on top of that. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end. All right. And we're going to see how it might tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. You can hear my cat over here already confirming. She knows what that card is already. If you think you know what it is, put your prediction down in the comment section. Okay. Let's do it as a group exercise, right? Let's tap into our intuition and let's start discerning this mystery card together. Okay. I hope you'll play along. Anyway, let's take a look at the cards we have. We got some majors, 1, 2, 3 major arcana. We got some fire. We got some good water. We've got a little bit of a challenge here with the water, but I feel as if this is good. This is kind of our cups being filled back up. This is us getting a lot of hope, a lot of optimism back into our lives, right? We have our air here, and that's the air is kind of the central thing, because I really feel as if I feel like there's something hidden, or I don't know, something that's been taken from you. I'm getting this strange vibe. And we've got our earth energies too. Okay, so we've got a pretty basic set of cards here. But what I'm getting with these two, the Princess of Cups, those are your dreams, those are your fantasies, those are your, that's your sense of magic and mystery in the world. That is the kind of the permission that you're giving yourself to dream again, right? To dream again. And I feel that you want to spend more time dreaming and exploring your imagination and figuring out where you want to be, what you want to be, where you want to go, right? And then, of course, we've got this really harsh intellectual energy that kind of comes in and destroys it. You know, it's like when you're you're trying to dream, you're trying to do this active imagination, or you're trying to do your dream work, or your astral journeying, perhaps, with the Princess of Cups. And then our mind starts thinking about, where did I put my keys? Or I wonder what else I have to get at the store today. You know? So we're trying to find some kind of a dream object, some kind of a magical amulet, right? A treasure in our dream. And we're just kind of bombarded with all of these very practical and mundane thoughts and requirements and necessities. And to me, it feels as if there's a frustration there, right? Because I think part of this 1111 portal activation, whether you believe in that sort of thing or not, I feel like this is a very significant time for everybody. I feel like it's really opening you up. I feel like everybody is kind of being spread open to themselves, right? And what I mean is that your interior world seems like it's coming right to the surface now. The unconscious contents, I feel, are almost freely entering our minds. And so there's a lot of Princess of Cups stuff going on. And I think that it's kind of bleeding over into your kind of waking consciousness, right? Where you might even start noticing a lot more synchronicity than usual. A lot more sequences or patterns of numbers. A lot more particular objects. I think in particular, maybe one of your power animals, your totem animal, your spirit animal, is probably appearing to you a lot more than usual. And that's kind of the fish in the percolator. It's uncanny the way this is happening so much. It's almost as if you're living a waking dream, okay? And I feel that's because of this portal. I feel it is because the unconscious is now, it's kind of the veil between worlds is very, very thin. And the unconscious, the spirit realm, can communicate a lot more easily now, okay? And I think it's for maybe another day or two. We have a window, I think, surrounding 1111. But back to this air energy and all of this earth energy. I feel like you're in the middle of this portal experience, this self-discovery, this imagination, and then we've got this earth and air situation down here. See, we've got this water up here with this portal, and then I think on the other side of it, we've got this thing. I think something is missing from your life. I don't know if somebody has taken something from you, if there was a theft, or if something was hidden, I don't know, almost as a joke, perhaps. But I feel as if you've been kind of searching and searching and searching for something, and maybe these two are related. Maybe there is this idea that something has been taken from you, or something is missing from your life. But maybe that is also a spiritual truth. Do you know what I mean? It could be happening literally. That's, you're missing some important object. But I think it has a spiritual significance, right? I think it is symbolic. What are you missing spiritually? What are you missing in terms of your magical work, in terms of your internal work, right? I'm feeling almost a kind of a soul retrieval vibe here, okay? Just as I said that, my light up here, you see it flickering? I don't know if you can see that. My overhead light is just about to give out, and now it's kind of flashing. And you can probably see that more here. Yeah, you can see it there. Very strange. As I said, the soul retrieval, my light started going out. Okay, anyway, the Two of Pentacles here, it seems to me like this is something that has gone from being kind of right here in your reality. It's almost like you were holding it, then suddenly, pop, it just vanished, right? And I think that there is something physical in your life that has either been stolen from you, taken, or has been lost or is missing, okay? And I feel like we're trying to make sense of literally where it went, right? Who took it? Where did it go? How do I get it back? But then there's also this trying to figure out, what is that significance? What does that mean in the context of everything? Because there is this spiritual, and there's this unconscious spiritual energy that's penetrating your waking mind. And it's difficult now to see how the two might be connected, right? I don't know what this object is. I do feel like you're going to be getting it back. Here's the Ten of Pentacles in the future. I feel like you will understand why it was missing, and perhaps, because this Chariot card appears, see, perhaps it's part of the quest for you to go out and retrieve it. And maybe this is a symbol for a soul retrieval energy in your life right now. Okay? And that could be what we're seeing on a spiritual plane too, in the kind of above realm. We've got the Eon card. That is representative of this portal, right? It is still active. It is still open. It is a portal geared towards growth. There's a fiery doorway here. It's not going to be roses and sunshine and puppy dogs and stuff. It's going to be difficult. Okay. There is going to be, I kind of feel a stripping down of things and then a building back up of those things, which again is kind of this soul retrieval thing. Something that seems like it's been lost or taken from you. It's our quest now to go out and retrieve that. Right? And whatever this is that we are retrieving, however this is resonating with you, it is meant to remedy this, because this is the feeling that there is loss, that the hope is draining from us. This is Monsalvat without the lance and the grail, right? This is the kind of, the pain and the sickness and the suffering that is plaguing the land, right? Until we retrieve this part of ourselves, and then things can be restored, okay? So I think what's going on as well is we're looking for that piece of our puzzle, of our lives, of our soul, that is, I think it is basically the Holy Grail, right? It is that sense of meaning, of purpose, of destiny. And it is symbolized by this object that you may have lost in your daily life, or that was taken from you, right? However it's resonating with you. And retrieving that grail, retrieving that piece of the puzzle is what is going to restore this Eight of Cups, right? So bring it to a Nine of Cups. I wonder if the mystery card is going to be a Nine of Cups. Because we need that restoration. See, we see here in the physical plane that you're getting that object back. But now in the spiritual or emotional plane, we need that back. And that's kind of what we're seeing. This is what we're getting at over here with the path of the serpent. Now, as I switch over to that path, I'd also like to ask that you hit the like button, that you leave me a comment. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. All right, I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, back to business now. The Three of Wands. This is us really understanding the quest this is us accepting the quest that we're on, the path in life. And honestly, Pisces, I think we're all pretty much on this path. I think we all have that, maybe not all of us. I try to never speak in absolutes. A lot of us have this feeling that something is missing. What is it? Right? Or even it's maybe even more harsh than that, thinking something's been taken away from me. What is it? And how do I get it back? Why was it taken? Right? The Three of Wands here, this is the Trinity that is a unity. This is our will. This is our impulse. This is our inspiration to go out on this quest. This is the beginning of the book. This is when we wake up and we just feel an intense enthusiasm, ambition. We feel an intense internal drive and energy to go out on this quest, to find that thing, to find that grail, to find that missing piece or that stolen piece or whatever. And it's in three pieces, this will, right? It's the impulse, it's the energy behind it, but then it's also us checking in with our thoughts and feelings, right? It's us checking in with our beliefs and our values, making sure there is a congruence, right? Making sure that this idea that we have, that now has become a thought in the mind, making sure that it is in harmony with how we feel. We're checking in with our heart and saying, is this the path for me? Is this the quest I need to be on? Right? And it seems that it is because of the other cards that we have. But this is what we have to, anytime we're considering making a move, making a change, initiating some action, right? It becomes the impulse becomes the thought and the planning to do it. And then we've got to check in with that water energy. We've got to check in with the heart. And I feel like that's part of what we're trying to retrieve is that heart that we can then check things by. This might even be the justice or adjustment card over here in the mystery card. Because I feel like we need to know what our heart wants, what our heart says, what we feel, what our values are, so that we can kind of mentally and spiritually check in with that heart to see if there is harmony and congruence in what we are about to do, right? So it's an interesting paradox that we need to set out on this journey, but to do that we need what the journey would give us, right? So it's that kind of paradox, which I love. I love paradoxes. But we see in the environment the Two of Cups, okay? And the Two of Cups in the environment, this is a lot of love, right? There is a lot of there's a lot of connection in your life already, right? There's a great support system. Now, I don't know, maybe this is a spouse, maybe it's a lover, maybe it's a best friend, family members. I feel like you're very much connected to something in your environment, to an energy, a force. This is also, I feel like, your commitment to this quest, to retrieve this thing that's been missing or taken from you. Because this is the Two of Cups, right? It's one cup and reaching out and grabbing another cup, right? Another heart. And so I feel like this is you kind of out there in search of this Holy Grail, okay? And perhaps this Holy Grail is in some ways representing finding that connection with another soul, finding a soulmate, right? Finding a true love, finding a purpose, a destiny, a meaning, a home, a place where you feel like you belong, right? Finding what is missing for you. And I don't know what's missing. Maybe it's not an object, right? Maybe it's a feeling of love and connection. Whatever it is, whatever that Holy Grail is, okay? It doesn't have to be an object. It doesn't have to be anything physical necessarily. It doesn't have to be money or anything, right? It could be. It could be both. Again, we have we have above and we have below. And perhaps below here on the physical world, yeah, maybe it is money or an object that you've lost or misplaced or that was taken. But it is symbolic of what is really missing in your life. And that is the quest that we're on, to find what is missing. And here's the Chariot card. And the Chariot card, this is the difficulty, right? The difficulty, I think, is it's in the epic itself, right? The difficulty here, the obstacle, the reason why we don't want this card is because this is kind of one of those eternal quests. It almost feels as if this is a story that doesn't really have an ending. It's kind of the never-ending story, right? This is the quest. It's an eternal search, right? And that's the worry. That's the fear that this doesn't quite have the happy ending that we want, right? That we're going to just be out there searching for this forever, and we may never find it. It's one of those kinds of stories, right? That's our worry, but we've got the Sun card at the end. And the Sun card just happens to be catching some light that's shining through a window here on the side of the studio. And so that light is reflecting right here onto these cards, and that's pretty beautiful. We could bring these two into the light here. So it is a journey with an ending. There is that Sun card. That is completion. That is wholeness. That is success. That is beauty. That is radiance. This is saying that whatever is hidden from you will be revealed. There's nothing that can escape the light of this big ball of fire, right? So if something was taken, if there is some kind of something is lost or hidden from you, it will be seen, it will be revealed, you will find it. So there is an end to this journey, right? So we will be bringing that grail home, that final cup here, and we will be restoring. We will be getting to this 10 of Pentacles, whatever it is that has been lost or taken. You will be made whole again. Okay. I want to look at the mystery card because I'm curious if this is going to be either the Justice or Adjustment card, or if this is going to be maybe the Ace of Cups, maybe the Nine of Cups. Okay, let's just do that. If you have a prediction, put it in the comment section, okay? Let's see if we can figure this one out together. I don't think we need an Ace of Pentacles. I think we need an Ace of Cups, or we need the Nine of Cups to show the restored state of that from the Eight of Cups, right? We need to be made whole. So those are my predictions. Let's see what we've got. We've got a Three of Swords. Now, this is not a negative card. All right, let's think about this. We had this Three of Wands, right, which shows that we are right on the verge of initiating this action, right? This window is opening, this portal is opening, and we're realizing that there is this quest before us. Right? We're realizing that this isn't just us searching for our lost car keys or whatever, but that this is really a spiritual quest that we're on, right? And we're about to initiate that quest. So we have to feel the impulse. It becomes a thought in the mind. And then we have to kind of check that thought, that impulse, that plan against our values, against how we feel. Well, that's the Three of Swords. Right. The Three of Swords is checking in with the heart. This is a card that kind of shows the congruence between the thinking and the feeling. And usually this is a card that says we spend too much time in our memories, that we spend too much time hurting ourselves by what we visualize, by what we experience mentally, right? We relive past traumas, and we just keep hurting ourselves because we get stuck in our heads about something that has happened, right? But there is a positive aspect to this card. Every card has light and shadow. Okay? The light of this card is basically our mind, our decision-making faculty, the intellect that is taking the heart along with it, right? It's kind of skewered the heart and saying, well, you're going to come with me even though you don't want to. And that, I think, is really important when we've got this Eight of Cups, because this is kind of that pessimism, that lack of motivation, the lack of hope. And especially when we had that Chariot card that says this is just going to be a never-ending journey with no end. What's the point? I don't want to do it. Well, our fire, our Three of Wands, our will and our intellect have to be the, have to take the high road here and just say, we're going to go do it. I know how you feel, heart. I know that your heart's not in it, right? Because part of this is going out to getting, it's the paradox again. We have to go out and get that peace that's going to give us the sense of wholeness. So then we know what we want and we feel restored, right? But we don't have that now. That's what we have to go get. So it's kind of the job of the will and the intellect to just say, I may feel demotivated and hopeless and pessimistic, but I'm going to go do this thing anyway. Because that's the only way that I can retrieve that missing piece, right? If we had that missing piece, then the heart would say, yes, I feel this. This is the right journey. But then we wouldn't even need it. You know what I mean? So there's a paradox there. So this is a good card to get. It's not what I was expecting for a confirmation card, but it works. And I think it's important for us to do the right thing, even though we may feel like our heart is not in it right now. That will come. That's the peace that we're out there trying to retrieve, right? And we are going to do an extended reading, Pisces. If you want to stick around, click on the link in the corner. That will give you access to every extended reading, not just for Pisces, for every sign. New Pisces readings Mondays and Thursdays, 6 a.m. Chicago time. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we're all in this together.